name is Shauna Kai, and I am here to help you on your ascension journey. Today, I am at a conservation center here in Vermont where I live, and I wanted to talk about grounding today. Grounding is about being fully present in the body. A lot of times on our spiritual awakening, we are flooded with anxiety, heightened sensitivities of empathic abilities, and also we're flooded with psychic energy, as well as information. And so grounding is such a vital part of getting back into ourselves. Even though we're spiritual beings, we're having a human experience here, and we are in our bodies. And a lot of times that's what we get very thrown off by, is not being in our bodies. When we're out in nature, I'm going to be combating bugs here. When we're out in nature, there's negative ions, and those are really good for us. The positive ions is what hurts us. And so when we can get into nature or into our bodies, this is where we're able to have that stillness, that calmness. Being able to meditate brings us into a grounding state. Also, dancing is amazing. I do tons of dancing in my life, and that brings us back into the body, as well as yoga. A lot of times when you're wanting to ground or work on a certain chakra center, going into a certain pose for that particular chakra center is really helpful, and also grounding. They're proving that even people who have mental illness, when they're out in nature, get such benefits from it. And I feel like since the whole world has been in quarantine, we've really had a lot of stillness that we've never really had with the busyness in life. And today I just really wanted to talk about specifically getting into nature or getting by water. Meditation by water is so powerful. Meditation is really a simple practice. It is filling your belly like a big bowl of air, and then exhaling to the spine, being present and feeling within your body, and releasing any thoughts or stories, which is normal for your brain to do. It's so normal. This is what your brain does. The problem is that if we're always into our brains, we are suffering. And so it's so important that we're getting into our bodies, that we're able to ground. A lot of times we try to ground through substances, and those things may be of the earth, but they are not the earth. So really finding your place and ability to be within the body, to find peace, because when you're spiritually, when you come to earth and you choose to have this human experience, our memories are wiped of who we are as spiritual beings. So when we do awaken to that, it can be so confusing. It can be really a lot of suffering can go into it. So I feel like grounding is such a huge part of stability when we are going through spiritual awakenings. And even maintaining yourself when you've become spiritually awakened is so much of this process. When you do start to suffer, or when things are getting out of control, so much of it is going back to the basics and saying, am I giving myself enough time in my body? Am I grounding? Taking off your shoes, the hippies had it right long ago to take your shoes off if you're in a place. I cannot take my shoes off here. There's so many bugs and ticks and different things. But just having the ability to be in the peaceful environment, being able to be inside my body is so huge. I really hope this helps you. I know that when you spiritually awaken, it's a very, very confusing time. But there are tools, there are things that you can do to make it so much easier on yourself. I hope you have an amazing day. Namaste.